That was an okay break. We are on the 26th floor of Old Town Park. I live directly below this pool table. I love it because this is basically an extension of my home. I just take the stairs, come up, and I get all of this. I also look this way and that way, so I have complete southwest exposure. We can't go outside today. During the winter, they keep it off. But this is one of my favorite rooms in the building. This is one of the things that sold me on it, as well as my wife, and I'll show you why soon. But look at this space. So these are 24 hours. And I was talking earlier about how I like 𝗕𝗍. Let me tell you another reason why I like 𝗕𝗍. When we moved in, all these amenities closed at 10. Tower 2 and Tower 1, which have been open, I think, for 3 or 4 years, they closed at 10. Well, there was a vocal number of people that live here, and we all said, why did they close at 10? That's crazy. And they extended it. They made it 24 hours. Isn't that the most adult thing you've heard? Because they respect and listen and change and adapt because they own it, they manage it, they want to keep us here, they want to retain people. I love the textures in this space. This room, this is bold. This is something that's a gamble to do, right? This turquoise looks real sharp. Come through here, someone's zooming over there, so we're gonna stay quiet. I'm just gonna let Adam walk through, but notice the colors, look at the different spaces, and notice right against that wall where you can like stand and work. I love this. We've had parties up here, and it is one of the best spaces because you kind of have 3 different areas to look at. But come on, take a look. Did you notice I was able to close and open these doors if I want to shut off a certain area? So if you are working, you can close it off to everything that's happening. And there's even doors for this space that we're about to get to soon. And there's 3 different sound systems. So they have these here. And these doors are small and they're glass, but believe it or not, when you have these doors closed, you can't hear anything in there and the sound does not transfer. So you can hear the music on here, but all I have to do is turn that off and it's off. This is the most impressive display demonstration kitchen, I think it means the same thing, that I've ever seen in Chicago. My wife does a cooking show, check her out, Unit Cooks on YouTube, and she films here now. We used to film over at Port in the West Loop. Now she's here. We've had 60 people at parties here. You can reserve this if you want something private, or you can run your luck and just stake it out and make it happen. The herringbone covers this entire space. This matte finish tile over here is so decadent, and this is straight out of a magazine. So I was talking earlier how I was thinking about the first unit for myself. At the same time, I'm like, why? I can come up here and use any of these things anytime I want, and it's just 1 flight of stairs. If you live anywhere else in the building, and that's why you're looking at this anyway, just jump on the elevator. You're here in seconds. This terrace out here, there's an occupancy tag, and it's like right over there, but I think it's 100 or 300 people can fit in this space, and again, you can reserve this. The ceiling height here, I think, is 17.7. My memory. 16.3. I was hitting a light the first time. 16.3 on this space. Multiple grills, sunsets. So let's talk about that. You have a fob that you can carry all over. This is all you need to access everything in the building. Adam, I'll show you my wall, but I love the fob. I wish it was just on my phone, right? I wish that was the case. But I don't have any other keys, so I keep it in my wallet. What that does is it gives the impression that you have a condom in your wallet. So it's not really the look I'm going for. It's not my favorite thing about it, but I'm just finding any detail that you should know about that is potentially perceived as a negative. It's not the end of the world. So when I'm walking around, I just keep this. I leave my wallet in my home, pop this in a pocket, and I'm good to go. So it's 4:30-ish. There's barely anyone in the gym, so let's check it out now. So I am at the end of the building here. I'm gonna start from this way and we're gonna work our way around. There's 2 bathrooms here. Super important to note. It's great to have bathrooms near all the amenities for your guests, and 2, and there's even another, there's a 3rd that I'm gonna show you. Now, again, I don't have children, but if you don't wanna do normal housing, in a house, and you still wanna have a high-rise experience, or you want an urban experience, I think it's beautiful to have a room like this. This is pretty cool, climbing wall, right? This also has some of the best views from here in terms of looking at this church and looking at the train come by. We even have these great wall-mounted faucets for the children. When you live in a building like this, you need space. And the whole idea is tighter living space, but tons of amenities for you to use. And I can tell you from experience, not a lot of people use the amenities. I am surprised. I mean, I see the same people day in, day out in every space living here. And I'm like, where's everyone else? Like, you're paying for, let's call it 650 square feet, but you're not using the 50,000 square feet or the acres of land out here that are available to you. And we're doing this in the winter, which means I can't show you any of these outdoor spaces, and they don't look as good as they would. In the spring, oftentimes I don't have time to do it. But it's beautiful. There are acres of land and grass and places you can play, places where you can play volleyball. There's a Olympic-sized pool, there's a jacuzzi, there's a private pool that you can rent out, like a whole separate pool that is public no matter what, but if you want to rent it out, you can. There's all these different spaces that are available to you. Use them. Let me show you more. So going through here, one of the selling points was a bowling alley. You're like, what? Like, bowling's fun. Bowling's expensive now. Have you realized that? Do you bowl? It's like $70 a person or something to go downtown and bowl. By the time you throw in food and the extra, and you pay by the hour too, which is interesting. But this has something they call candlesticks, which is apparently very popular in Canada, but they have it right here. So they have these 2 lanes. Instead of putting your fingers in a ball, you have something like this that you throw. And to give you an idea, I can't clean that up, but it's just like normal bowling. They're on strings on the top and they come up. But this is also another great place to see the train come by here. As you can see, this is 4:30 in the afternoon. There's 1 person there using this space, but there's even more. We have the fireplace right here that separates this. Now, this is table shuffleboard. This is one of my favorite things in the building. I have to admit it. It's something I never knew I would enjoy as much as I do, but it is so much fun to play this. So you have this separating this space, tons of space over here. I've had 2 family parties here so far. This has been perfect to have a buffet and things like this here. I love the backsplash that rolls up to. I love the matte finishes. But again, you have these doors should you want to separate them. And on every place we've been today, I haven't shown you this, but every place, there's one of these panels. And then you can hook it up with your Bluetooth here. So they're very easy to set up, very easy to connect to. You can have your own music. So when it's like 11 p.m., I'm a night person. I don't go to bed before midnight, and I usually don't wake up before 8. But like, I'll be playing pool upstairs with some friends in the building. It could be midnight. We're blasting music. It's loud. No one can hear us. I live below. We've done the tests. You can't hear anything in my unit. But how nice is this? I've seen book clubs in here, parties in here, all types of different events to use it. And I like that the table is a 6-person table. It has the space. I love they do these decorative elements. It's so funny. These books are all about the aesthetic value. But what's funny is my wife has borrowed one, don't tell anyone, for like a month. And it was on nutrition. She loves the book. It was a really good book. So these are good titles where you could actually borrow them and return them if you want. So you saw the gym. Assault treadmills, bench press, rack, everything you need, plus the Peloton room with 2 Pelotons on the other side. Now, until lately, we were able to sneak out of that back door to get outside, because after I sauna, which is where I'm taking you now, I like to go outside and get some cold air. So just like this, use this fob and access. So you have music up here that plays, steam behind me. What I love about this too, still water, sparkling water. So I'd be lying if I told you I haven't seen a number of people come down here and turn on or fill up the sparkling water for their own use at home. Then you have a shower right here, which is great because so many times when you have friends over here or the pool's happening or whatever's going on, you just need to like rinse off and stuff, right? And so then you have the sauna. The sauna is hot right now. And you turn it on right on this panel. Come here, it's off right now, come here. So you turn this on and that's it. It's that simple. And then here's the third bathroom on this level. And they give you towels here, and they even have a little compartment to put them, right? And then they have other towels in the gym. They have wet towels with eucalyptus, as well as dry ones that you can use. And then here is the private pool I was talking about. So this is where I would usually go out after sauna, but you can use this entire space. So in the summertime, it gets so packed because this building is so popular. There could be 150 people on the main pool, but maybe only a dozen over here. So there's lots of different areas that you can use, but I love the ability to rent this out, as well as if you're feeling social, go over there, jump in the party. It's small, but I can tell you that this wall is one of the things that sold me on this building. I think this is the coolest mural I've ever seen. It's done with tile, it's popping at you, it feels very in trend right now. Small things, but you'll notice that they designate this elevator space with these different color tiles, as well as the exits and entrances. So visually, when you need to know where to go, like come here. If you see that right over there, you're like, okay, that's that over there. That's where that one is. Here's this one. It breaks up the space, showing you where you want to be. Come on. So they finished this building during, this word I can't say because we'll get demonetized or we'll get pushed down. They finished this area and the whole building during that. So they changed this large study environment into separate, what do they call those? Like cubicles, not cubicles, but like a phone booth, like a private booth, like a work booth, workstation that you can use in here. So check this out. So I love how you have these 3 private spaces here, 3 private spaces there if you need more space, and then everything that's open up on this side. In addition to that, you get everything that you see here. So this is great. I know there's a lot of people that come down here to watch specific shows or do book clubs. And this is a bookcase. So it's kind of anticlimactic. I was gonna open it and do it out of nowhere, but just open this up. And you get this karaoke room. And then for the karaoke equipment, you call the front desk, you can rent it from them. I've shown you everything in this building. We're gonna show you the lobby because I'm not going there because I already live here. Just keep in mind, there is so much extra space over there. And if you've seen our Tower 1 or Tower 2 videos, you know the amenities that they have. What's nice about that is when you know someone in Tower 1 or Tower 2, you just call them up and they'll let you in, you can use those amenities. I don't know if that's allowed, but why wouldn't it be? It's practical, right?